The podcast is my pulpit, and I am ready to preach the raw truth. Join me as I discuss real life, love, and teach you all the lessons I've learned along the way. Welcome to Lakita's Room. I am your host, Lakita Brewington. Hello, and welcome back to Lakita's Room. I am your host, Lakita Brewington. Listen, before I get started, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone that has tuned in so far. I just want to show my appreciation for everyone that has just taken a few moments out of your schedule to rock with me and to come sit in this room with this country girl from North Carolina to hear what I have to say. I do not take it for granted. Okay, now today's episode is a short word, but it's a sure word that I'm sure someone can benefit from. And I'm going to warn you in advance, if I snatch a few edges, it's not my fault and I'll give them back. Okay, and as I continue with my story today, I'm going to tell you who the person responsible for gathering all of our edges is today. Okay, so today's topic is stop looking for conveniences. Okay, I went to the gym yesterday actually, and I had taken about a week off because I'm a business owner and life got really busy and I needed every bit of my time to go towards restocking my business. I had a vending event coming up, so I wanted to make sure that I was prepared for that. So this week I made it back to the gym. I strolled in and my trainer at the time was working out with someone. So I got in, I spoke to everyone, and I got started with my workout. I figured that I would do a few extra things just to give myself a push and just to find my way again. So I thought I was doing pretty good, right? So I get to the end of the workout and my trainer is done with his client for the day. So I get in and I ask my trainer, I say, hey, are you busy? If not, can you record some footage for me? And he says, okay, cool, right? So he grabs my phone, he starts taping footage, and then I tell him that I want to do some assisted pull-ups. And he had been working with me on that previously, but I just felt like I wanted to do that again because I have some things that I'm just working on, some goals that I've set for myself, right? Y'all know summertime is coming up and I'm just trying to get a little tighter, a little finer. So we get on the assistant pull-up machine. I get through the first set pretty good, and I take a break. And when it's time for me to do it again, I say, hey, let's go ahead and knock this set out, right? And so this time I knew that I was fatigued because I had done so many other exercises prior to me getting to this particular one. And I asked him, I say, hey, I know you want me to do 10, right? So I don't think I can get to the end. Can you spot me this time? He's like, no, you got it. So then I say, well, can I just see how far I get? Let me get to 5. And if I can't get to 5, then you'll come in and help me. I start just going down this list of different things that he can do to assist me if I don't meet my goal. And I'm just going down this list and he stops me very calmly. He just stops me and says, you need to stop looking for conveniences. And I felt like somebody had just stole my favorite toy. I felt like a dad was chastising his daughter in that moment. And I really, if you all could have been there and seen me, you would have noticed that I looked like I had lost my best friend. I was just taken aback by the comment, and he was right, but it just struck me differently. And it honestly, it bruised my ego. It helped me to humble myself because I felt like I've been in this workout thing for a long time. I thought I was doing good because I was able to do a workout on my own, but it really humbled me. And it also spoke to my spirit. How many times have we looked for the easy way out? I'm going to pause just a moment and let you guys think about that. How many times have you done that? Been quite a few times. Don't worry about it. I'm guilty too. How many times have we just given up on the goals that we set because we want to find the less road, right? The less traveled road, or let me say the easier road per se. We're looking for the road that's going to get us from point A to point B in record time. But that is not how life always works. Life usually takes us on the scenic route, right? So I want to ask you again, Why do we look for the conveniences? For me, I just honestly, I don't always like the process. The process, it doesn't always feel good. And sometimes the process makes me question why I even got started with doing a task in the first place. But let me help you today. My first point is sometimes the only way out is through. Sometimes God may be trying to show us something. God may be trying to get us to a destination that may require us to spend more time at a certain place. It may require us to spend more time on a certain level. God may be trying to work out things in us that still aren't pleasing in his sight, or things that would complicate our next level. Some things that we're doing right now in our present will not work for where God is trying to take us. And if we don't learn those lessons on the level that we're on right now, and you get to your next level, you're going to have to start all over again and go around the same mountain again. And if you're like me, that absolutely sucks. I hate starting over. I absolutely hate it because it kind of just, it reduces you and it makes you feel like there is time wasted, right? So the smartest thing to do is just go ahead and go through it. I'd rather go through it instead of having to start that process over again. Okay. My next point today, and I'm telling you all, I am not going to be long today. It's a short, sure word. My next point, get clear on what you want. What does success look like to you? For me, since I'm talking about the gym, I want to be successful where I'm not working out for vain reasons. Of course, I want to look good for the summertime. I want to be tighter, but I also want to be my best self. I want to make sure that I'm bringing my best self to everything that I'm believing God for. And that requires me to be healthy. I want to live a long time, as long as God will allow me to do so. And I want to be able to live without assistance. I want to be able to get up every time God wakes me up in the morning. I want to be able to go about my day without assistance. A lot of us take that for granted. There are so many people who wish that they could move around on their own and they're not able to do so. So I think about how many times I've taken that for granted. And that's a part of the reason why I go ahead and get up, because I'm thankful that God has blessed me with the use and the activities of my limbs. I'm thankful that I'm able to get up and brush my own teeth. I'm able to get up and dress myself in the morning, right? And I want to be able to continue to do those things for as long as God will allow me to. So what are your goals? I want you to write those things down. If you have a moment, just grab a little notepad or something, or make a mental note and think about what it is that you want. And after you think about those things that you want, how long is that process going to be? Be realistic. Okay. If yours is health related, just start making smaller changes. Maybe you may want to drink a couple of extra bottles of water. You may want to cut out the fast food. And even if it's not health related, you may have another personal or business goal that you're trying to accomplish. But at the end of the day, it's the same process. You still have to get clear on what you want. You still have to decide what that success is going to look like for you. And then once you're looking at that list, be realistic. Okay, look at it. Okay, if you're seeing that you've set goals that are not realistic, that you cannot accomplish in a reasonable amount of time, break them down into even smaller goals so you will not become overwhelmed while you're going through the process. Okay, my next point, speaking about the process, you have to trust the palate. I am a believer. I love God. I am a proud Christian. So my palate is God. I have to trust God to lead me every step of the way. Okay. I always give my plans to God because I want to give God the free reign to change any plans or any goals that I've set for myself. And I always want to make sure that I'm in his will for any plans, any desires that I have. When I'm making plans, I always pray and ask God, is this what you want? And if it's not what you want, I need you to redirect me. And now, since I've matured, going through so many things in life, I ask God, if this isn't what you want, can you help me not to be upset about it? Help me not to be upset with you changing the plans or giving me a detour. Help me to trust you along the way. I haven't always done that, you all. And I can honestly say, just different processes that I've gone through in my life, it's caused me to get an attitude with God at different points in my life. But I've changed. Now I ask God, help me to trust you through it, even when I don't understand. Help me not to lean on my reasoning or my reasons for why I want to do the things that are on my list. If this isn't what you want, God, rearrange it and help me to be a good spirit about it. Okay. Somebody needs to ask God to help you to do the same thing. It will help make your process a lot smoother. You also have to just trust God that he sees your end from the beginning. God may see some things down the line that may not work to your benefit. So allow him to make adjustments along the way. And you have to trust that he's not going to run out of gas. You have to trust that God is going to land that plane at your expected end. Trust God through this process, okay? And you have to trust God more than you're trusting everyone else. Now, I'm a faithful believer in having accountability partners, but I don't want to talk to anyone more than I'm talking to God. Because when you do that, you're then idolizing those people or those things that you are relying on. You're trusting their voice and their opinion to be greater than God's, and he will have no other gods before him. So you have to get to that point. You're trusting him, trust him to lead you, trust him to direct you, and trust that he will not steer you in the wrong direction. Okay, I hope I'm helping someone today. And my last point, you cannot complain about the work you didn't do, okay? So in my case, when that summertime comes and I see everyone have met their goals and I didn't do the work, I can't be upset with anyone but Lakita, okay? It is time out for us to start making these lists, checking it twice, as they say around Christmas time. And then you get to the end, everybody's accomplished their goals. Everybody's celebrating things they've put on their vision boards. Everybody's celebrating things they've prayed about. They're seeing the manifestations and you're upset. You can't be upset if you didn't put in the work, okay? You can wish for it all day long, but then you have to get up and work for it, okay? Are you willing to work for the things that you are wishing for? In my case, I've got some work to do. I have to continue being consistent. I have to get up at 5:30 get up and get to the gym at 5:30 in the mornings when I don't feel like showing up. I have to get up and show up anyway. As a matter of fact, I honestly have to get up at 4 so I can pray and spend time with God and settle my day before I get to the gym at 5:30. And I haven't been consistent with that for the last couple of weeks. I've been going to the gym, but it's just been, I'll get there when I get there. But one secret that I have learned in my life that I need to pick back up and hold it dearly is that most millionaires, they have routines. That success is found in the details that you're doing on a daily basis. It's found in the routines that you have. It's found in you getting up early and you setting the intention and the tone for your day. You're checking in with the person that woke you up. I'm not talking about Bay or your mom or somebody else. I'm talking about God. So I want to make sure that I'm starting my day with him to show my appreciation that he took the time enough to let me see another day, right? I hope I'm helping somebody. Okay. So be mindful about the things that you are believing God for. All right. Make those lists, check them out. Trust the pilot, trust that God is going to lead you. And again, stop looking for the conveniences. It will not always be easy, this road to success. I've had a lot of challenges and I've had a lot of hiccups along the way, but I am learning that if I take the long road, if I take the scenic route, one thing about it, God can't lie. Everything that God has spoken over our lives, as long as we're doing our part, one thing about it, God will perform everything that he's spoken. He can't lie. So whatever dreams that he's placed in your heart, those desires, I don't care how long it's taken, you have to know and you have to believe that God is going to show up. God is going to spin the block for you, just like he's going to show up and spin the block for me. You may be like me. You may have a custom order in there, right? And you don't even see that little sign with your name on it yet. You haven't got that little notice. You know how when you go into the restaurant and it's a crowd of people. So they give you this little buzzer that's waiting, and you're looking down at that buzzer and you're waiting for it to go off. And you're wondering, when is my time coming? Can I tell somebody today, your time is coming sooner than later, okay? You have to trust God during this process and trust that he's going to show up right on time. Thank you for hanging with me in Lakita's room today. And remember, stop looking for the conveniences. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. Take care. Hello there. Before I let you go, I want to share a quick passage of scripture with you. It's found in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, New Living Translation. And it says, "This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed." Now, I know that may seem contrary to what you may be facing right now. Circumstances may be saying that God is taking forever, but one thing about God, if he's spoken something over your life, it has to happen, because he can't lie and he never will. So hang in there, and I will see you soon again in Lakita's room. Take care.